My program is called Victim Services Coordinator, and I've been doing the Victim Service Coordinator position for about 8 years. And my program is focused on victims of crime and uh, and also accompanying them to court if they have questions, and just supporting them and finding the right support program that they need, the right agency, either if it's inside or outside the community. I also work with the shelters in the other communities as well, um, setting up counseling appointments, and I also requested to the Health Canada to have a counselor come to the community every month. His name is Terry Tarczynski. So he comes to the community every month for counseling or family counseling. And so I help with that, and yeah, just supporting victims of crime. I went from residential school counseling workshops to um, grief and loss, as well as rebuilding yourself back up. I brought in outside people to help carry out these workshops to help our community members who want healing. So that's what I do. That's what I did before, and I also did moose hide tanning. Um, I noticed like doing the healing workshops, like the grief and loss residential school. For me, I notice like a lot of people don't want to talk. They don't want to share. They have trust issues, and a lot of them don't like to talk. So what I thought would be another way of healing and was to be out on the land. So I wrote proposals and got a moose hide tanning that I did 2 years in a row in the springtime. So we would bring a group of women um, out to a camp just about a 5-minute drive. And we would work on moose hide, we'll tell stories, we'll eat lots of good food. And around that time, there's ducks and geese, so the women would come down, work on their ducks and geese, and people will come down. It's just so beautiful just to get away from town, like the noisiness, and just you're just always on the go. And then when you're on the land, it's just like the river's right there, and it's just so beautiful. And after spending a few hours there, you go home, you just feel rejuvenated, you feel happy, um, you just feel good. Last year, I teamed up with the language coordinator. I had a summer student, so uh, I also wanted to do genealogy and passing on our traditions. So I had teamed up with her, and we were down the river for a good 2 weeks. And we would bring the elders from the community down to the camp, and we would uh, have an interpreter, um, and just for any community members that wanted to find out about their roots, or if they wanted to find out what how we lived a long time ago, what did we do for certain areas in our life, and it was really good. We had a drum dance, and we ate good food. Yeah, so that's what I did. And I also take care of Elder Abuse Awareness Week, and that happens every year in June. So I coordinate that week with the help of other workers in the community, like the community wellness program, home support care program, the justice program. So we would all team up, and we would do a week of activities for the elders, and again, always being on the land is so healing and so refreshing. So we bring the elders out on the land. We'll have a picnic, and we'll also have traditional medicine picking. So the elders will go into the bush. We'll pick um, spruce gum, and those pink flowers. Uh, so we would do that, and we would have people cooking while everybody's picking their medicine. And once we're all done, we go back, and all our food is done, and we eat. We sit around together, tell stories, laugh, and the elders just enjoy it. They feel so cared for. They feel so special, and just having them to get out of the house, somebody to take that time and say, let's do this, and they're just so happy to be out there. And so that's what we do every year for the elders. Also put sewing into our spa night program. Our spa night program is for women to come just to relax, to take care of themselves, it's just like you're going into a spa. You walk into the smell of lavender, candles, soft music, and it's just so peaceful. You just leave all your worries at the door, and you just walk into the place, and it's just, self-care for yourself. And we have that, and then we also have sewing. So, like sewing mucklucks, mitts, how to, make a parky, a handbag, pack sacks, gun cases. So we would have women from the community that are experienced sewers, and they would come in and teach the women, and we would supply all the materials. My target groups were women, because for my program as a victim service coordinator, the majority of victims are women. So my goal was we need to build up our women. We need them to be confident, have high self-esteem of themselves, and also to believe in themselves. My goals were to bring healing, have peace of mind, and to know who we are, where we come from, what did our great grandparents did before. My goals were just to have a safe environment where they didn't have to worry if they have questions about anything, and just someone to talk to, someone to be there. I work with a lot of different organizations, people that I work with in Yellowknife, also in Nuvik. Working together, bringing ideas, what would work best, what doesn't, and community. Yeah, my community is very supportive in whatever I want to do. They're really supportive. Your team needs to be all on the same page, having the same goal. Yeah, so it's really important to make sure that whatever you're going to carry out, like say we're going to do a moose hide tanning, and okay, I'm going to have these people helping. We come together and bring our ideas and make sure that these things carry out. This last moose hide tanning, it ran for about eight weeks, and a couple of the participants had told me that they were so thankful that I was doing this moose hide tanning because it had helped her to stay sober. It helped her to stay sober, and she was really depressed. And she said not even 4 days she was there, she said she just felt so lifted, and all that stuff she was carrying, she said it was just gone. She was just happy, laughing, talking. You even noticed her posture. Before she was just like, like bent right over, and then yeah, towards the end of the week she was, she was just glowing. And she said when she would have a break from her moose hide, she would go stand by the river and she would talk and she would cry, and yeah, and she would picture the river taking all of her pain. So it had helped her get back into a relationship with her creator. It's so important because, like, even our language, like, I could understand a little bit, and when I hear my elders speaking, my heart just cries because I don't know, I don't understand, and I would one day want to have a conversation with my elders. I want to be able to speak my language, teach my kids, and just passing on how we survived long ago. Those are really, really important. How did we take care of ourselves as women? How did we take care of ourselves as men? What, um, at certain ages in our life, what is expected, what we're supposed to be doing, teaching our kids, and learning about how to take care of our food from the land. Yeah, like the caribou, the moose, ducks, geese, fish. Yeah, how to take care of them and prepare them. So, see, those are important because we need to teach our kids. I have a 15-year-old and a 13-year-old, and I'm teaching them to make dry meat. Good. And how to cut up meat. Yes, so that's what I'm teaching them, and so those kind of things are really important to pass down. Before I went out on the land, before we went, I told them we need to feed the land. We need to offer a little bit of food and tobacco. So we started out on our trail, and I just felt the sense that this area was the place where I had to feed the land. So we stopped, and I just talked to the snow, the willows, the trees, the animals, and I talked to the caribou, and I told them, I said, this is what we're doing today. And we want to bring caribou home to our families because we're hungry and we're tired of going to the northern and co-op for food. So anyways, we fed the land and we took off, and not even half an hour later, we ran into about 12 caribou, and we shot 5. Yeah, so we shot 5 caribou last year in, I think it was January 2nd. Wow. Yeah, so I'm planning to go tomorrow. So hopefully I get some caribou tomorrow. Money is always, because it's so hard for work. People and the cost of food is so high too. So money to pay our workers, like when we go out on the land, you need someone to prepare the area, you need someone to get wood, you need someone to haul water, you need someone to cook, you need someone to set up the tents, also need someone to be the protector in case of bears or wolves. So all those things. It would be good to have it would be good to have someone come into the community and educate our people.